for Dota, I guess. Why don't you tell me, Cap?
Well, that's why I'm rocking the mustache, you know?
Yeah, you can tell you're from a different era for sure.
KP was on that MVP Phoenix lineup. Everybody remembers that. But Raji was actually on MVP Hot 6. I know because I cast a lot of those Korean games. So
yeah, back in the 80s.
Back in the old Nexon League and stuff like that. But let's go ahead, head into our opening match of Geek Slate versus Fnatic. It's going to take me a while to deal with that name change. I'm not sure what happened to the fam, but it seems like a fresh slate for Geek Slate is required.
Sometimes you got to break up the fam, you know? Fam's too tight. You got to loosen it up.
Too toxic?
Yeah, I think that's good for Dota teams. I don't think you should all be good friends on a Dota team. Then it's too chill.
Yeah, that makes sense coming from somebody who was part of an EG roster. Yeah, don't want to be too friendly.
That was one of the problems one of those versions had. That at the end, people felt like it was too chill. Like people got along too well. It was too chill of a vibe. They were all boys together. And it
was like, one of the ones with PPD, I assume.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Why'd you laugh? I also want to point out that we have had a name change, not just for Geek Fam to Geek Slate, but if you remember, I believe, what was he on? Neon? I actually can't remember, but Avatar mode from last season, now going by the name Cox. So that'll be fun.
Yeah, I mean, what's with Dota players changing their name every season?
Yeah. LOA. I mean, what's with that?
What kind of foolish nonsense is this? Don't they understand consistent brand building?
Yeah. Well,
recognizability?
Don't think Dota in general cares too much about that, as we all know that TI is the only thing that matters. Doesn't matter what name you go to TI with, just as long as you're going.
That's true. And it starts here.
It does indeed. So we're going to have the, Lina is going to be playing the mid lane against the mid Mars, and then everything else seems kind of normal. Dawnbreaker off lane with the Rubik behind. We've got Nature's Prophet for Skem, which he loves playing as a carry, so.
Yeah, it's like his Siggy right there. Yeah. This guy will play Prophet in any game versus any lane, and win or lose, he probably feels like he destroyed.
Look at his teamwork.
Okay.
Damn.
Okay, son.
Raji hits a beautiful shard, and with the Treants blocking in DJ, they get a decent amount of damage.
Hey, that's why Skem plays this hero.
True. Junwell is taking a bit of damage here from the Brewmaster Snapfire. That sounds like a terrible lane for any melee hero. So Morphling probably going to be fine. Can't imagine he's going to die at least more than once in this lane. Maybe he gets surprised like at a level 2 gank, but
yeah, I think Gabby's going to be chilling this game, which is pretty nice because when you have this clock 5, kind of want a carry to be mostly independent later in the laning stage and gives us Clock some roam potential. Like Clock in this meta really wants to fight the runes. I feel like that's where the hero shines. You can fight other melee heroes on the rune. He's not really that good of a lane winner. He just wants to pull, get levels, do whatever. So more nice in that aspect as long as you can stay in the lane. And
yeah, it's really one of the most independent carries you can ask for, right?
He's like the ultimate brick wall. You just sit him there and good luck, my friend, you know? Try and kick me out. Pretty hard to do it nowadays, just the way attribute shift works. Big question for me with Fnatic is, what does Armel get done on this Mars? Because mid-Mars is very finicky. This hero to me on the mid lane is like, you're probably 10-0 or 0-10, and not much in between. It's like, you're either getting every rune or getting no runes. You're either winning your lane or getting destroyed. It's a very, very fickle hero in terms of the impact going in that mid game. So for me, obviously this is a hero they pick early and they flex it around, right? You're hoping to get the advantage somewhere else, which is what this Dawnbreaker is designed to do. So it's a question of how much can Armel pick it up in the mid game and still contribute with what's probably not the easiest matchup.
No, I cannot imagine this matchup goes very well at all for Mars, as he's pretty much just going to be either tanking Dragon Slays or tanking attacks from the lead. Oh, there it is, the first blood. It looks like a sneaky one from the Rubik Dawnbreaker combination. DJ picks up a first blood, and Raji, as much as he wants to hold that creep wave in front of the tower, will not be able to do so. So that means Nature's Prophet's going to miss out on some fair amount of experience here.
Keep him back in, though.
Yeah, blocked in, but couldn't get the treants there in front of him. DJ's going to make his way to the trees, but with the tag team slowdown, might just be just enough. No, he's going to get away.
Well, that's first blood, and DJ always happy to mop it up, I think. I think Rubik's probably one of the best supports to get that on, just because you get to the fast arcanes, and then your hero just becomes a monster, so... Pretty nice turnaround from Fnatic, and also, again, getting the payoff with this Dawnbreaker lane that forced the Mars mid. Like, that's the other aspect of this. If you put the Mars mid, you kind of want the other lane that you got to pick as a consequence to do pretty well.
Right.
So they're very happy with that on top of it. Some solid early lane.
DJ going to go for the deny. He's in the telekinesis. We'll keep that out of the hands of Raji. And we do have the 4-minute runes spawning up, which you talked about how important that is for Mars. Even just the water runes are going to be important, I imagine.
He's just going bounty rune. He's not even going to risk anything. And of course, John Well here with the clock to defend it as well. So yeah, they are making sure to secure the regen for Armel because, you know, he does get beat up in this matchup.
Yeah, he needs all the extra help he can get.
The one upside is he's doing pretty well CS-wise, which means, okay, he's like a little behind in levels, but not too much. If you get to this level 6, you do have kill threat on this Lina.
Yeah.
And it only takes one support rotation to give you the extra damage because that's the upside of mid-Mars. That level 6 is super strong. They're going to refill his bottle again mid. That's triple bottle fill for Armel here. He's just slurping it up.
Able to throw spears off cooldown.
Yeah, I mean, he is out-regenning this Lina. Takes another half of his HP right off the bat. They're really making sure to keep him in lane.
Denied.
Spear goes out. Coxie managing to get one of those denies. Narman back at the top lane. Narman, probably the one of the two most popular Mongolian players, right next to probably Hustler. Helping Force out here. Cookie does land, but Brewmaster not wanting to really commit there. And it looks like in bottom lane, they managed to get on top of DJ once again.
So you do not get it.
A combination of Tusk plus Treants. Pretty hard for a Rubik. Looks like this lane's just all about who goes on who sees the opportunity first.
That tends to be a lot of Dawnbreaker lanes.
Yeah.
Donna's basically one of the highest all-in kill threats, so she's either killing you or maybe you're killing her back, but Skem in trouble again.
Slammed by the hammer. KP
This was
really doing well in this lane now.
Yeah, he does not care about the treants, doesn't care about Sprout. There's no real interaction for Skem on this lane, and it's another question of, does he just want to keep coming down here? Does he want to try and move somewhere else? There's not a lot else to move to because he has Panda and Lina, right? These aren't really cores that set anything up. The catch is pretty limited in the early game.
All right, power rune time. Cox wants to make a play for it, but with the clockwork, said this hero is one of the best at contesting runes. Both the cores immediately trying to go for the other side of the map, but the supports are already there, and double damage is going to be forced to pick up on DJ. Well, we'll get the bounty rune as well, so DJ one step ahead of Ranji everywhere he goes.
I feel like this DJ guy just always gets stuff.
Yeah.
You know, he just always gets runes, gets kills, gets the last hits, gets a lot of extra gold.
What, are you saying it's all luck?
No, I'm just saying he's pretty good.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
He's been to a couple tournaments, done pretty well. I don't know, there's like some little intuition things, you know? It's like being in the right place at the right time is how a lot of people describe it.
Yeah.
That's for a lot. Just being 1 second early instead of 1 second late decides a lot of these engagements.
Big stack here. Narman, good read on the block there from the sentry.
That's the I smell DJ nearby pause.
Hold on here.
It's like,
a little
hey,
investigation.
Where's Rubik right now?
I haven't seen him for a while. If they find him, this Tusk walks into him, and DJ could just be very, very dead.
Ganky might become the ganked. I mean, this is your arena timing, so that's why DJ's here. They want to use this Mars strength. Pretty important that you get these kills at the mid arena when you can. Accelerate his levels, because Armel doesn't want to just sit on this lane and trade one-on-one forever. It's not advantageous for him. Lina's super happy to do it. She doesn't have some early timing she's pressured to use.
Humble me, new me.
It's really
Gabby
really
turning over
gorgeous.
new leaf.
We'll see. We'll see.
With
Humble
prevalence-
Dota player is a rare Dota player. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, I feel like it's kind of same as the pub players who changed their name to like PMA mode or something like that.
Oh God,
you know,
those guys.
That's an idea. They have the idea that they're going to make this change, but push comes to shove. More often than not, they fall away. DJ goes for it. Armel not close enough, and now Rockies will show up here, see if they can actually get something. Just straight up Laguna playing him, and there's the finishing blow. The Nature's Wrath and the Snowball to collect that final hit. Force, though, is going to be caught by the Clockwork, got him inside the cogs, and outside of the range of his creep wave.
At least they're getting some pickup on the back of that. I mean, that was a fast Furion ult, considering he died on the lane. He just got a bunch of soul XP. Comes in quickly, get the cleanup. So Skem kind of back onto his trajectory here. Heading for that Leipner rush, potentially. Wouldn't be surprised.
Looks like that one hard camp stack wasn't the only stack they had going on there.
Yeah, just been economically doing some work in the jungle. This Morphling is still having the best game by far, and I'm a little worried for Force here. He went Vanguard, traditionally an early fighting item for Panda. It tells me he really wants to be involved in these early fights. Engagements like this, but he's not needed. Even better, I suppose.
It's kind of a weird one. Cox just there on the edge. As you know, Avery, Dota is a game of inches and centimeters.
That is very true.
Cox, right place, right time.
Yep.
Horse, that Vanguard gonna save him? I don't think so. Well, the creep wave is coming in, but the cogs separating him and getting the kill once again with a waveform. But for the supports coming in, they are gonna be able to at least get the kill on one. And the Morphling, well, the Morphling has turnaround potential. Raji is gonna fall. It's Dawnbreaker. KP's hammer lands square on his head and will be able to catch up to Skem here. Didn't really necessarily hit the first hammer hit too much, so they're actually gonna back away and manage to force another TP rotation and back out. So trading out supports and still getting the Brewmaster kill. Pretty nice for Fnatic.
Yeah, this Brewmaster is getting really shut down. This is not a hero you want to have shut down levels-wise, because it's just hard for him to come back. He doesn't have any farming mechanisms that clear waves or stack super fast.
Whoa, what happened?
Gabby just getting
Is that a Nature's Wrath kill? I bet it was a Nature's Wrath.
No, he just got cookied from Fog.
Damn.
That's what happens sometimes.
Gabby's slipping up.
Catch him orphan. That's all it takes. That's a huge kill. A lot of XP for them. And again, Morph is like the brick wall in this game. They don't really have easy ways to kill him for a lot of this early mid game. So anytime he's off the map, it's a huge deal. It's going to free up a lot of space, especially with how much he was getting out of that lane. I mean, he was total free farm plus Brewmaster kills.
Yeah.
Can't really ask for much better here.
Yeah, that Brewmaster got killed so many times, still looking to get his level 6, just picks it up now.
The thing is, this is not the easiest Brewmaster game. Like, they picked it into Mars, Rubik, and Clock, arguably three very efficient answers to the hero. Like, Clock is one of the best supports of all time versus hero just because you cog him, you knock him, and there's not much you can do, right?
Yeah.
And then even if he gets his ult off, Rubik is probably going to steal it at the end anyway. So it's kind of a catch-22 for him this game. He has to be very careful about how he uses his spells and how he takes the engagements.
I would even say, to add on to that, Morphling as a carry is probably one of the better heroes for burst damage, right? So if Mars does manage to land that stun or Clockwork catches him, then Morphling is probably one of the better heroes to ensure that Brewmaster dies in time. Going to be caught this time, pinned up against the wall, but here comes the support here, the artillery from the Snapfire, landing several shots. And a trade-off of 1 for 2. Losing their big carry, that's going to suck, especially since, you know, so far, actually, I thought he was doing better than he was, but he's actually lowest on the core network chart.
Yeah, Skem stole it all.
He stole all the stacks, huh?
I don't know. Maybe these Furion ults bounced through or something, but yeah. Cox having a rough one. And I felt like his lane phase was going pretty well. Like, he has the CS, right? He's 68 CS.
Mm-hmm.
Just got ganked, got forced off the lane a couple times, and then, of course, the death on top. I mean, he's below the Brew, who I thought was having the roughest one, so... Looking like a catch-up game for this Lina, which is where you want the Lina to be. If you can put this Lina behind early, force her to have to catch up the tempo the whole game, you can deal with the hero. Like, it's not that scary at that point. It's a very different hero. especially if he has a hero like, I mean, he's not the true one either, right? So he has heroes that are going to take farm off the map as well. Which, it hurts you when you're behind.
Yeah.
So,
But if the Furion is able to take, I think it's pretty important when you have both a Furion and a Lina, heroes that like, just, I mean, they farm up a Storm and they take up a lot of map space.
oh, this is a dangerous TP.
Ooh, that was a dangerous TP, and Genoa was already in position to be able to catch him. Came in well behind, but how did he get that split off? Was there a creep somewhere in there? Battery assault, not enough, and managed to get off his ultimate. And as a result, there's going to be a pretty easy turnaround. The Tornado leading. Okay, hold up, Armel going to show up, getting the pin off on it, Scam, and with the stolen clap there from DJ, the burst damage is enough. You still have a chance to be able to get the Dawnbreaker, though, as she's going to fall. 8-7.
All right, decent fight for Geek Slate out of what I thought was going to just be Panda dying there.
Yeah.
That was a really bold TP. I mean, it's the upside of the Vanguard, right? That's why I was mentioning, like, if you go as Vanguard, you want to take those fights. So I think it's conceptually the correct play. I was just a little worried of him just TPing into a cog like that, but works out. They get the fight. No Panda ult steal either from the Rubik, just multiple claps from DJ there. Still a pretty effective steal. And it's a pretty big turnaround for Geek Slate here. Nice arena attempt to, like, turn this fight, but it's just too much control out of the Panda at this point. You're not going to have enough damage.
I was honestly surprised that he went for it, but I mean, I guess in some ways it was worth it. Right?
I mean, you got
Dawnbreaker was going to die anyway, so.
Yeah, I mean, arena's pretty low CD. You're not too worried about throwing the spell out. It doesn't always hit. Now it's a question of, do you want to bring Morph down here to try and finish up this tower? There's no Panda ult.
Yeah, I mean, surely you force this, right?
I mean,
I'm a little bit surprised that Geek Slate.
Force is here.
That is true. Raji coming up
Disassembling.
the rear here.
He's going to have a Vessel here.
Oh, hopped in! The burst
think he saw this.
The punch coming forward, and that is enough. The Vessel completion. I think that was just enough. That burst damage was right on the line. I think the Vessel made the difference there.
That was just sick, to be honest.
That was very smooth.
I was watching it play out, like, why are they here? Do they have damage for this? And then disassemble Vanguard into Vessel build and insta-pop on the Morph. Beautifully done.
And he's got 3 charges to be able to work with now. Raji.
Well, he wants the Vessel there.
Oh, close.
Take the clock instead.
Yeah.
Or maybe not.
Maybe not. Dawnbreaker. Oh, that hook shot. Little bit too late to be able to get the chains done. And as a result, the Clockwork will die. They still catch Force, though. And Fnatic will be able to force this tower, I assume.
Gabby gets his revenge in the end. Will probably translate, like you said, in that tower. So all in all, Fnatic strike back a bit on the overextension here from Geek Slate, and Skem died in the meantime top too.
Oh, that's not good.
So you're not even getting your Furion.
They're really committing to this damn. They're going to be able to get the deny on it, see if the supports can get out. A punch will stop that chain from KP and a TP away on the Snapfire. Very nice.
I mean, this is just a brawl fest.
Yeah, it really is.
I guess the real winner out of all that might have been Cox, because he just got the farm up with DD, so now he's back climbing to the top. His game got salvaged by a bunch of the distractions, so to say, and pushing towards BKB. He's just going to rush it here. No Maelstrom, no bots. Just deciding, I'm going to go BKB and fight with my cores. We have the speed to be able to do it. Again, Scam is rushing Gleipnir. Just fast itemization from Geek Slate here.
Hook shot.
Keeping the fight up.
Being used to try and get some distance, but won't get far enough. Force keeps the slowdown on him. And Skim collects in at least the assist bounty for yet another kill. As a result, he's higher than the Morphling, and we'll have that very fast Gleipnir.
Yeah, this is a very active game from him. And the upside is he's still top net worth. Like he's 2-4 and he's top net worth. That's pretty good for carry Furion with 4 deaths. You don't see it every day, because Zero falls behind very hard. You join these fights and die. You just get doubly punished. So Geek Slate's going to hit a pretty strong early timing here, and they decide to smoke. So right off the bat, going to try and use this Brule that's back up. He has Hood, he's pretty tanky. Any sort of fight around this mid area that goes well, it translates into tier 1, maybe even some early Roshan in this game.
Now, they definitely could have gone for that Rubik, but they're creeping their way up top. Unfortunately, they won't be there in time to save Narma.
This is just awkward.
And they don't have a stun between the duo there, and Cox shows up a bit too late.
And that's Panda TP scroll and Lina TP scroll for farm that Furion's going to clean up anyway. Good map move in here from Fnatic.
Yeah, I kind of feel concerned for Geek Slate just because I feel like they need these early towers so badly with Alina and a Nature's Prophet. Cog spear combo. Didn't even need the pin on that one. Raji just falls to the burst damage. So little Clockwork gonna get away? No, he's not. Caught inside the Sprout. Lux goes to work on him.
A nice little poke trade kill there. I mean, DJ has got all the spells he wants to steal this game. Like, he's getting level 4 Dragon Slave, level 4 Clap. They're powerful nukes on this hero, especially with how farmed he was. Remember, you got first blood, so add it up. He's already up to Aether Lens, level 10. He's having quietly a pretty good game on this Rubik, and he's going to be able to contribute a lot in these fights. I mean, who's going to get on the back line of this Fnatic lineup?
Yeah.
Especially through all the front line you have. You have the Mars, you have more 2 heroes that can easily just go in. They don't really care about too much. Then you have this Dawnbreaker ult on top to bail anybody out. Like, this is almost a lineup set for this Rubik to just go ham in the fights.
Armel slips away, grabs his Mithril Hammer from the base, so he's going to be going BKB next item. Manta is complete for Gabby, so the Spirit Vessel is a little bit more addressed, but seems he feels like
yes, but when you
BKB second item
when
too.
you dispel the vessel, that's when the Gleipnir gets you, Cap. It's already done. It's 18 minutes here for Skem. I mean, this is a very early Gleipnir. You don't see it just rushed like this with an empty slot even. I would want to use this right now.
Yeah, seriously.
I tell my team, go find anything. I'll TP in and leash them and hope things go well.
Well, this smoke is going to break with Raji on the high ground. That's pretty nice. He's going to hop forward with the tumbler toy, but it won't be far enough. Armel, quick to execute that poor little 5.
Fury on ult comes in just to say hello at the end, but
That should help.
nothing to join there.
Just a 5 position dead. It's no, oh no. Armin thought Armel was going to be ducking into the trees there. But he turned back to get one more hit on the creeps.
Sometimes the best juke, no juke.
Yeah,
I mean, it's true. You ever try to hit a hook on or an arrow on some guy who just runs straight?
Yeah.
It's impossible. Nobody's supposed to do that.
Trying to get into his head. Which direction is he going to move when I throw this hook?
Yeah, it's like he was so unaware. It caught me off guard.
Yeah. You weren't aware of how unaware he truly was.
So who was more unaware then? Get back to me on that. When you work that one out, let me know.
My mental was just a dial tone there. Telekinesis pin. Really nice combos here.
Oh, dragging him back.
The Gleipnir is going to show up, and this allows the Kisses to be able to go to work. They're going to finish off DJ pretty nicely, and KP right into the LSA from Cox. They weren't able to deliver the finishing blow, though. KP, thanks to the BKB, was able to get out.
Yeah, but that is not what he wanted to use it for. I mean, that is Donald did the BKB to run to base and then run back.
Especially if Geek Slate manages to take Roshan, knowing that the BKB and Ultimate are on cooldown, knowing there's no Rubik, who has been a powerful force this game. They've got a significant advantage. The only thing that could stop them here is a little 5-position Clockwork.
He's flaring it.
And he's got the flare out.
Got to play for the block here.
Protection, Force positioning himself to try and get in front of this hook. Clockwork trying to read it, trying to make it, but no. Brewmaster beautifully positioned and done well. He's not going to be able to get anything out of this. Just sacrifices his own life for an attempt
at glory.
An attempt at glory, yeah.
Well, that's pretty nice for Geek Fan. This is the type of mid-fight that I was talking about. Didn't even necessarily go exactly how they wanted, but the Rubik kills enough, and that's right in the correct portion of the map. You want to take that skirmish because tier 1 into Roshan. Now you have your objective starting to line up. Aegis on Lina helps her play the map. She did go back for the bots. So she can be a real split push force right now, which will allow the pickoff to go to work.
Yeah, any team fight or any pickoff, like the Tusk leads out on a kill or the Brewmaster gets off an ultimate. Lina and Nature's Prophet both going to show up. Nature's Prophet almost done with the BKB already.
There's
After that
another
very
smoke.
fast Gleipnir, so
This is a strong timing from Geek Slate. Fnatic kind of have to just power through this, get to like the next set of items here. The BKB for Mars, some
see if they can take away this Aegis real quick. They get the kill. Now, how many are going to get out? Looks like DJ is going to be the victim of that Gleipnir rotation from Skem. And KP is going to be caught as well, thanks to Raji with a beautiful little iceberg set right in front of his face. Titanic. KP goes down. Cox walks away with a double kill after losing the Aegis and almost catching Armel mid as well. There's just really nowhere for Fnatic to play on the map. Skem is just going to be constantly hunting them.
Yeah, the map is closing fast. Power the bots, Lina, and the teleportation Furion. They can be in a lot of places very quickly, enable the damage to follow up on their catch. Difficult map to play right now for Fnatic. They just don't have the wave clear on the as mobile heroes to deal with it. And I don't think they're super comfortable taking the 5-on-5 into that Aegis. Now the Aegis is gone maybe, but it's hard. Like, they don't have much through the BKB either, right? Kind of have to just start with a hook, cog him back into some stuns or something.
Yeah, it's all about the initiation. They have to get a 100-0 combo.
They do have BKB on this morph now, so if they want to just commit a fight with Arena and just triple BKB in with their cores.
How good is that going to be though? Because I'm playing with the Manta BKB, the damage isn't going to be the best, right?
I mean, he's still a morph, you know? He can morph all the way down. There's not much to threaten him through the high armor BKB this game.
Okay.
He can do a decent amount of damage. I don't think they're worried about single target burst. Their lineup is amazing at single target burst.
Yeah.
And they have the chainsaw.
That's true.
It's just what happens after that. And Fnatic, I feel like they want to use this timing here, and I don't disagree with them. Triple BKB on like 3 damage cores. Generally want to get something done with it. KP can join in from the top lane here, so pretty much up to GJ with this blink. Just started off with a lift and chain it into the arena.
They could get the initiation. They spotted the Nature's Prophet off of that
target.
ward. It's a perfect target to go for, and then it got him. Armel with the initiation. No buff. They didn't have the chain stun. Skip gets off the BKB. They had to further commit. They do manage to get the kill, yes, but diving in this deep may cost them, as Cox is now going to be putting out the damage the Nature's Prophet is not there to do. Gabby with the early BKB is going to be forced away. Once this BKB is down, he's in trouble, especially with that buyback. Command's attempted to use, but they still managed to get the stun through with the snowball. The LSA follow-up, and he's dead. Genwell going to TP out, but a buyback that was well worth it, I would say, for Skem. He may be the highest net worth, but important to put it to good use, and getting a kill in the Morphling and all the objectives that are going to fall afterwards, it'll be a big boon in net worth for them.
Yeah, I think that buyback will end up being worth it with how much he'll get on the map during that time anyway.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what's necessary for the kill, but I mean, it's a Furion buyback at 24 minutes. It's not the end of the world by any means. And like we said, single target burst is there, but the sustained teamfight is not necessarily going to be, and that's where Lina just sits here BKB. You still have Panda ult up this entire time. Force doesn't even need to pop it. There's just not enough gas in the tank at this point in the game. Maybe also anticipating the potential of this Furion buyback, right? Like we saw Mel didn't want to really commit in there after his BKB, knowing this Furion can come back.
I wonder if that fight would have been any different if they actually did burst down Skem without him getting off the BKB. And were able to more efficiently use their next round of spells. Because, like, the Lina was untouched, right?
Yeah.
They had to blow so much to finish off the Nature's Prophet that Lina was just like, okay, time to go to work.
I mean, it's a game of inches. Like, that ward on the hill, I think Lina was walking into the vision radius of it as well. Maybe if they see Lina, you go Lina, because I think Lina is #1 public enemy, right?
Yeah.
Like, Furion does not clean up the fight. Lina will clean up the fight, so... But you can't blame him for jumping Furion. It's a great go. They forced the buyback. And yeah, like you said, maybe if he dies 2 seconds sooner, you can transition that into more of a route. Because then Clock doesn't have to hook him, right?
Yeah. And maybe he can hook like the Lina, or they can kill somebody else and get a bit more momentum going their way.
I mean, the thing is, how that went is he had a chance to BKB that spear too. Like, I was kind of surprised they led with the spear as opposed to the lift. And I think he had a window. If he BKBs that, it's a disaster, right? So you got to be a little careful with that as well. I mean, I understand going for it. Like, you assume he's not going to be looking there. He doesn't have vision. It's just a blind spear go. But I've seen crazier BKBs in my time. Now it's just a little bit of a map trade, but once again, I think Geek Slate is okay trading farm here.
Can't outrun a wild.
You know, the next 5 or 10 minutes or so. They're getting runes, they're getting items. They have Silver Edge on this Lina now. You can just break the Mars, start outputting massive damage, and what's really interfering with him doing that? Not a huge amount, unless you start on him. Silver Edge makes that harder as well. Like, you're just harder to find this guy in the fight. He's 550 MS with Invis.
Yeah.
Need the hook shot of your dreams.
Kind of do. And you need Armel close enough to follow up that hook shot. 3K gold lead for Geek Slate here, 18-15. As Geek Slate, talk about quick fingers there. DJ is going to pull Raji out of position with a fast blink back. That snowball is ultimately his doom. And whew, a little close one there, but Clockwork is going to be able to block that off.
Interesting little skirmish. Scam just didn't even want to go to that. He's just farming up some triangle.
Yeah, he saw the moment the snowball didn't connect and was being dragged away by the blink dagger.
luck,
He's
boys.
like, nope.
Good luck with that one.
Yeah.
Let me know how it goes.
I'll have a better time hitting Ancients here. Apparently, John Well didn't even make it back to the fountain. They wanted to play this fast. They saw some abilities used. The Tusk is dead. Let's try and make a move here. Unfortunately, the smoke is going to break. And they don't immediately see Force.
Oh, misblinked. Might still get him.
Managed to get the spear.
Don't want to commit though.
They can get the telekinesis afterwards, but again, there's just, yeah, the team does not want to commit on that.
I mean, it's just not the target.
Yeah.
2,000 HP with pipe and a nether shawl. He has an insane magic resist right now, especially with the drunken brawler.
Mm-hmm.
He goes from like 70 to 85. He's at base 70 and a high of 85% magic resist. You are not bursting this brew
No.
without the morph right-clicking him. It's kind of deceptive how tanky he is, so probably the correct decision here from Fnatic to... That is not the fish you wanted on the hook. I mean, this game is just about Lina. I mean, it's Lina Dota. That's what it turns into, right? There's a reason this hero's first pick right now. You get to these states of the game, you have to deal with her. You have to get on top of her. You have to stop her right-clicking people. And that frees up the rest of her lineup to just mess with you doing that. You commit so many resources on this Panda to try and take him down. Lina has a free fight. It just feels doubly bad.
Yeah, I was literally thinking, like, if Geek Slate take this game, is this just going to be the narrative for the DPC is teams trying to give away Lina, see if they can beat it, and realizing that they actually can't?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. You know, give it by next
1 week. 1 week.
After people lose to it a week, they'll be like, all right.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it helps this hero that a lot of the jumpers are not as popular. Like heroes like Spectre and Storm and stuff like this.
Yeah, yeah.
They're just not even close to being in the meta right now. And then on top of that, BKB is still just pretty strong, right? You have these auras to back her up naturally. These ranged carry damage dealers really like the aura buyers to pump them up. So Lina's got a lot going for it. So it's not just about breaking what the Lina does. It's breaking what these lean up lineups want to do. And right now, this Lina lineup is kicking into full gear. And around 2, Spearman.
Oh, spin him back into the rest of the team and managed to get the chainsaw. But again, no damage because they don't have the Morphling, so it's all magic. And you already pointed out how high his magic resistance is if he's on the right aura.
He switched to Cloak of Flame. Who's insanely tanky. It is round 2. It's snowballed now.
Nice save. Raji, push shot coming in, but a little bit too late. The Brewmaster split does go off, but if Fnatic can get away from this, well, I guess they did use BKB on KP too. That probably doesn't feel great. And Force, almost completed the animation there, being able to get the Cyclone onto DJ, and maybe they could have killed him too.
But I don't have a good read at these fights. Like, they understand they can't overcommit. They understand how tanky the Panda is, but they're not going to show anybody else. They're poking pretty well and disengaging. It's just...
But it still feels like they're losing.
Yeah, you're not like gaining ground by doing this. Yeah. But it's not an easy situation. You just need more damage on the morph and get to the point where he can commit.
Hey, is Scotty that point? I'm not even sure if it is.
Scotty's nice, but
It's really, really.
It's not giving you the single target physical bursts. What
Yeah.
feels like what they're missing right now. Like, I almost feel like you need a Daedalus or
Daedalus Morphling? Yeah.
Divine
sounds
Rape. I don't know. Because you have to do it in a short interval too.
Yeah.
That's why I feel it. You have to commit on a hero with your chain stun, BKB, and you're gonna burst this one of the big damage dealers or the Panda in that duration. If that doesn't happen, you're kind of screwed. So.
And then the other option is somehow actually getting around the Brewmaster, right?
Yeah.
Actually getting on top
If
of
you
these
find
other
Lina
heroes.
with a stun,
Yeah.
you're in good territory. That said, though, there is snowball save. Like we
That's
just
true.
saw there. Like you have this blink up on Tusk now. Raji can just sit in the back. He doesn't have to start anything this game, right? Again, Lina puts the onus on you to force it into her, like we're seeing here with Roche. It means the snowball saves are pretty reliable. You just snowball her, she gets BKB off afterwards. Could be tough to just try and go on this Lina as well.
Fox shying away from Roshan upon being spotted,
Invisibility.
but they were able to do that, Roche, pretty quickly. Which is something Fnatic are going to have to be very vigilant about. Once again, trying to go with the chainsaw on super heroes, so they're not even going to be able to do it. But what a spear! Catching both the supports there. A decent start for Fnatic, but can they do anything about these cores? Because now the Morphling has been caught in and just corral out. Geek Slate saying, nice initiation, bro, but we've got buybacks. Just buyback on both their supports. Now they take a 5 versus 5 with a bunch of ultimates down.
Yeah,
And that's going to be Roshan and an additional kill.
that was a crazy spear. I don't know how Harmel finds that. Pretty much ideal. You're not going to get much better, but like you said, don't buy, and then you're just giving a free fight to the damage dealers. Like they just cannot burst this Panda. So who else do you go on? Very tough team fights for them to take. Not to mention this Sprout leash destroyed them in that fight. You're leashing the Morph, he's just perma-stuck once his BKB's out. You leash this clock, he can't fly away. And Skem's online now, full AC, shard on top of it. He took the shard. Alright, well. I don't know about that one, but I'll trust him on this, you know.
Underrated.
You think it's underrated?
I don't think it deserves quite as much hate as our analysts give it. That's just...
I feel like if you get the significant slow, I'm okay with it, but I still feel like a lot of times in these fights, the way they're occurring within the first 10 seconds or something, they're predicated on BKB. The spell just, it's not that impactful.
Yeah, it's definitely, I don't know what about this game would possibly make him feel like, yeah, I'm the shard person.
I mean, it's just Skim.
give it all to me.
I am the ultimate Furion. You do not deny the ultimate Furion. Everything on the map.
Just wants the highest net worth you've ever seen.
I mean, it is good with like the Gleipnir build, right? You just like leash them in, and you throw them on top, and they get slowed out of it. And it's a lot of stacking annoying gunk.
Yeah, with the Scotty as well.
Yeah.
Stacking slows, pretty nice for a hero that doesn't have a stun or anything.
But I don't know. I still feel like this Lina shard is pretty decent on these carry Linas nowadays. Get the clear waves faster, and it just does more damage in the fight. That's it. Force just running in. 90% magic resist. What's up, boy?
That's just ridiculous. That's just goddamn ridiculous. The Fnatic are trying to fight back, but the fight has been forced onto them. KP does what he can, but ultimately he's shredded by Cox. Gets down and dirty, looks for another one. John, well, oh no, that's not the way you wanted to fly, son. Will still be able to get away to safety, it looks like. They still have the Aegis to operate with and the Dawnbreaker instead, so Geek Slate can continue to force their advantage.
Man, what do you do to this Panda? I'm just trying to think. He runs in with 90% magic resist and 67% physical. And then, what do you do?
Yeah, especially if he gets out the race back.
He's literally just sitting there tanking everything. He just doesn't care. And Gabby's like, I don't want to go on that. They want to see the Lina, but again, Lina just sees everything because the Panda runs in. He's the best ward in the game.
Yeah.
So it's just giving these range damage dealers from Geek Slate free fight, which is why it's hard to get on top of them.
And I think it's we saw it with the Visage, which I thought was pretty cool, like the Aura Buyer, the Stone form.
Yeah.
The same with the Brewmaster. Like, you just have it guaranteed that these auras persist through the fight because the hero is not dead. You know, they just like they go on it, they do a bunch of damage, they can't actually kill it, and the aura is just still there the entire time. Cox, he's gonna take this these buildings. Unless Fnatic want to do something about it. The hook shot into what? Now Armel goes for it, but he actually pins an each profit instead. And what about the Lita? The wall will help him out there. A few of the shots getting blocked by that, so he does manage to get away. Gabby tries to go in. Gabby immediately dies. Not quite. Actually, Manta forced stab. No, still falls. KP going to be chased down as well. And kisses. Yeah, he's like, okay, I'll let you have that one. I'm going to fire my shots into the fountain. DJ, nope, you didn't get it. Stole a little shredder instead. Nice play by Narman, and Geek Slate are just gonna go for it. They're like, all right, you got no more playing. We're just gonna throw you now.
Yeah, that was a very casual, just high ground into throne. 36 minutes here. I don't know. I mean, Lita Dota, I guess. You just have the outrange, you have the out damage. It forces the enemy to have to deal with you. You fall slightly behind, you lose Roshan. The map becomes harder to play. And then at the same time, you have this Brewmaster with auras buffing your 2 range damage dealers up that